Welcome to Insider's English. I'm Vero, and today I'm going to tell you how to use a dictionary. This is part 1 of our dictionary series. Do you use a paper dictionary or do you rely on a device? Well, today I hope that I can convince you the power of a paper dictionary. It can be your best friend. Let's have a look at an example of an entry online. Here we have give. This is from an online dictionary. It gives you the pronunciation, which is very nice. It tells you what part of speech the word is in. It gives you many example sentences. And it also tells you some synonyms. This is useful, but have a look at this. This is an example of an entry from a paper dictionary. Look at all the items I've circled. Now, let's have a look at each one individually to help you learn how to use a dictionary. First, I'd like to show you this feature. Most dictionaries for students will tell you if the word is one of the 3,000 most frequently used words in English. In this dictionary, the Oxford Students Dictionary, they use this little symbol, this little key. If a word is one of the 3,000 most frequently used words in English, that means you need to learn this. What else do we have in this dictionary? Well, just like the online dictionary, we also have the pronunciation. Obviously, it's not audio, because it's a paper dictionary, but you can look inside the cover of the dictionary and it will show you the key to pronunciation. It also tells you all the possible parts of speech. Now, we have the word abandon and we have this little blue square. The blue square tells you which part of speech is being defined. Remember, abandon can also be used as a noun. However, in this entry, they're going to tell us about the verb form. Number 1 means that this is the most frequent usage of the verb abandon. You also have number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Obviously, number 2 is the second most frequent usage. Number 3, the third, the fourth, the fifth. Here's the best part. If you learn how to read these symbols, you could possibly throw away your grammar book. I'm serious. There is so much information here. Now, remember, we're just looking at abandon as a verb, so this is going to give us all the information about the verb. Notice there's no extra information up here. That means that abandon is regular. Only irregular items give you extra information. So you can safely know that abandon has an S in the third person singular or ed in the past and in the past participle. Let's look more closely at this. Here we have number 1, a little squiggly line. A squiggly line means you can use any form of the word. Then after the word abandon, they want you to use SB. That means you need to use somebody. In dictionaries, SB means somebody. This sentence is going to give us a passive construction. The baby had been abandoned by its mother. Oh, how sad. Now let's look at number 2. Again, we have the squiggly line, meaning any form of abandon. Next, we need somebody, then to, and then STH. STH in dictionaries means something. And as language learners, you all know that somebody and something are objects. Most of my students struggle with where to place objects. The dictionary tells you exactly where to put them. Look at number 2. The study showed a deep fear among somebody, the elderly, of being abandoned. Next we have to. Now we need something. The something is the care of strangers. If you look carefully at the information of the grammar that is given and then match it to the example sentence, you have just given yourself a grammar lesson. Similarly, the paper dictionary, like the online dictionary, gives you the synonym. SYN is the abbreviation for synonym. If you look here, we have leave. They tell us it's the synonym. That means if we look in the next example sentence, we find the entry, which is abandon. We have to abandon. We can exchange that with our synonym, make sure it's in the same form, and we will have the same sentence. Snow forced many drivers to leave their vehicles. Also, in a paper dictionary, you are given some bold words here within the entry, which give you specific examples and often with a definition. Here we have to abandon ship. Right next to it, we have a little equal sign, which means this phrase means to leave the ship because it was sinking. If we look back at the example sentence, we can discover a new meaning for abandon. He gave the order to abandon ship. We can look further down the entry and find another specific example. This one tells us, remember the squiggly line, we can use any form of abandon plus yourself. Now when you see yourself, you know you could exchange that with myself, himself, themselves. Next, we need to and something. Also, what's very nice is they tell us that this is used in a literary situation. That means we don't say it, we write it. So what does abandon yourself to something mean? To feel an emotion so strongly that you can feel nothing else. Oh my. He abandoned himself to despair. Well, that must be because he didn't have a paper dictionary. So, you have a choice of using an online dictionary or a paper dictionary. Both give you information, but I'm sure that you've learned after listening to this little video that the paper dictionary can easily replace some of your grammar books. I hope you join us next time for our dictionary series, Part 2. Join us anytime on our website, insidersenglish.com. We teach the world